Some of it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that it was in 1960, no, not, yeah, 62, 58. No, it was in 58 that they got the authorization from the Archbishop to demolish the old church. And after that, what happened? Oh, yeah, the church trustees were Henry Bosch, Stan Paulus, Alec Walensky, Vital Tina, and Arthur George.
Oh, yeah. You must have had a few, you had lots of men there working in those days? It was bees?
Oh, yeah, it was all done by volunteer work.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Maurice Poirier, he had a little cat. I'm not sure if it was a D2 or a D4, and he bulldozed all the trees around there and cleaned it all up. And, oh boy, that's a long time ago, Ivan. And there was I remember another thing, there was a Father de Rosier that was brought into the parish. I think he was a Franciscan father, I'm not too sure about that. And I remember they had a gauge in the old church, and as we gave money to every Sunday, they'd paint up this gauge, and we'd go to 50,000, 52,000, or 60,000, or whatever. I remember that. And after that, what happened? Oh, boy. I remember that Father de Rosier, he was brought in for about 10 months period, and he was supposed to collect money to build a new church. And once things got going, then we had it was a company from, I think it was Winnipeg or St. Boniface, Trottier, I believe was the name of the company that built the church. Okay, in 57, we moved a small shack which was used for the skating ring at one time, for the open air skating ring, remember where we had that right here? And they moved that just at the corner here beside Armand Blazey's, and the men used that as for eating and warming up in. And Paul George, I remember, used to get up around 5 o'clock in the morning and came and got the fire going in there and to keep the shack warm. And also he'd light the fire in, we had these culverts that were put into the sand there because they needed this, what they call it again? Boy. He used to call it muck, but it's not the right word. To put the bricks together. What did they used to call that?
Kind of a cement there.
Yeah, but they had a right name for it. Can't think of it. Anyways, Paul George used to get up anyways and light the fire in those culverts to get the sand warm and get the shack warmed up for the men. And they used to eat in there because it was all free labor. Some people had come from far away and they used to eat in there. We had our lunch in there. And besides that, what else can I remember from that?
That shack, is that the shack they moved back to the old skating rink? The open air skating rink?
Yeah, that was the open air skating rink shack, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was two, it was one shack, but like there was one room for supposedly for one team and one room for the other team, and there was a big, how'd they call that again? That old stove in the middle there.
Buck stove?
A buck stove, that's right, an old buck stove in the middle there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's, what else do I remember from that?
Yeah,
He put that cross there on that tower. It was Leonard Doney that welded that cross up there. And he was so scared to go up there that we had to haul his welder with a rope up there, and we were two guys holding him, and I forget who it was. It was somebody else. We had to hold him because he was so scared to be up on the tower to weld across. That's something else I remember about that.
Oh, yeah. So it must have been quite a procedure then.
Oh, well, I guess so. I guess so.
What about the rectory? It was built later on?
Gee, if I remember right, I think it was built 2 years later. I think it was 2 years later.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not too sure on that. But I know it wasn't built at the same time as the church.
Oh, yeah.
I know that. But I think it was 2 years later they built the rectory.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Fernie.
Okay, you're welcome.